Hey guys, Pastor Champagne here, and I just wanted to pop on and enter into Holy Week on this Palm Sunday with my people. This is no way replaces what you did at your church or the message. I'm sure you heard a mighty word about Palm Sunday entering into Holy Week. This is just, I wanted to enter into Holy Week and observe Palm Sunday with my people. As you see, I have a cross, and my cross colors is purple, and purple means royalty and repentance in the church colors. The church has a church year with different seasons, and Palm Sunday is the end of the Lenten season, and it ushers us into the Eastertide season. And so that is why I have my cross, and the color is purple. There's different colors, but we are observing royalty and repentance this week, and then we'll have black, which is mourning and death, and that'll be on Good Friday and Holy Saturday. And so I just wanted to explain why I had the cross, why I have this as I'm entering into Palm Sunday. It's this week is all about us entering into the suffering and death of Christ. I heard one sermon when Pastor Dre talked about us entering into suffering. We share in his suffering, and this week is about that. It's about us observing that. And so Palm Sunday is the kickoff of Holy Week. And it's the last week of the Lenten season, as I said. And this week, we will observe Palm Sunday, Maundy Thursday, where he gives the new command of love. And he gives us the supper, the Lord's Supper. And I know we did that. I don't know if you did it at your church, but we get the supper. He gives us the new command to love our neighbors as ourselves. And you can find that in Mark 14 and with verses 12 through 26. And I'm going to give you the scriptures because I want you to observe it and you to read it and enter into it and share in the suffering of Christ this week. And so I will be telling you scriptures. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to tell you where it's at. And so Maundy Thursday, which will be this upcoming Thursday, is going to usher us into remembering the Lord's Supper and the new command to love. And then Good Friday, which commemorates the crucifixion of Christ. But it all starts with Palm Sunday. And this is the Sunday before Easter. And it commemorates the triumphal entry of Jesus of Nazareth into Jerusalem. It's his public, proclamation of his identity as Messiah and Lord. And I want you guys to read these scriptures, and you'll find it in John 12 to 14. And you can also read in this account in the Synoptic Gospels, and that's Matthew 21, 1 through 11, Mark 1 through 11, Luke 19, 28 through 40. And all this is going to culminate in Easter. But read those accounts of Palm Sunday. And the Synoptic Gospels just mean same story, like story told in all the Gospels. John is his own, but the Synoptic Gospels do talk about him entering into Jerusalem on the donkey. And so that is why we celebrate Palm Sunday. It is Jesus's public proclamation that he is Lord. Remember everything he did. He always told people, don't say, don't tell. But this is him coming out, if you will, and proclaiming that he is the Messiah and the start of him finishing the work that he came to do. So Palm Sunday can, if you allow it, usher you into a time of soul searching. You can allow it to be your own personal journey to the cross. What a better time than what we have right now. We are in a season of suffering, whether it be emotionally, financially, socioeconomically, on your job, in your cities, in your homes, relationally. Like, this is a season of suffering. People are dying. It amazes me that we've entered into this season of suffering in our country. At the same time, we observe and remember Jesus's suffering. I just don't miss that, guys. Don't miss that. And so you can begin this week your own personal reflection of the lowliness and humiliation of Christ. we get to clearly see the meaning of our baptism in to Christ, being united in his suffering, his death, and his burial, and his resurrection for the dead. You can use this time as a reminder, and by God, we need it. During Holy Week, we can join with millions and millions of believers as we remember and we seek to be transformed by the fresh experience of Jesus' suffering this week and his death on the cross, culminating in his victory on Easter, this Sunday of rising from the dead. Whatever is dying in the season, guys, it is not the end. And if it does die, we know that we serve a resurrected Lord, and I believe he is resurrecting like never before. He is going to resurrect whatever it is that has died. He will resurrect that thing. And that's your relationships, that's your money, that's jobs, that's emotional health, that's the school system, that's the your money, the all these things that are suffering, community, small businesses, and all that. I believe that though some of it might look like we surrounded and dying, but don't you ever forget that we are surrounded by him. We are living in right now the resurrected life of Jesus Christ. And so we get to believe on the Lamb that was slain. And you can find that, the Lamb that took the whole world's sin away, in John 1:29. I encourage you to read that. He is our glorious, glorious conqueror. He became the curse for us. And you can find this in Galatians 3:13. And as we seek to die daily so that his life might be manifested in us, we can find that in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 10 and 11. He is Lord of all. All this information is out there for you to find if you want to go deeper. I've just given you the scriptures, and I study from the book from World Impact, which my church is licensed on, Christ the Victor. But this just brings me to the encouragement that this week can have for us as we look and remember and reflect and enter into his suffering. Hopefully it will give you and I the perspective we need to get through this thing at the end, culminating in our Easter, in our resurrection. And so though it may seem the end is here, remember, as we go into Holy Week, we share in his suffering so that we may also share in his life and his glory. And so though it looks dark now, that Friday, that Good Friday, when he died, never ever forget that Easter is coming. I pray that you enter this Palm Sunday with open hearts, open to listen what the Spirit says to you. I pray that you get strength. I pray that you get encouraged from Palm Sunday in this whole Holy Week. Though we can't meet together and have Easter, guys, it's not about us being in the church house. It is about remembering, recalling, and living in and from what was already done. It was already done. We need to remember and live from that which was already done. Be blessed, guys. Happy Holy Week. Use it, remember, and reflect with everything you got in it. And I promise you, a strength will come, a comfort will come that is uncommon because you took the time to remember and reflect what he did. Be blessed.